Here's the Sentai for Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast to myself called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very creatively, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain some adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. This audio podcast recording. Now, with this everything else in the way, before I begin, sorry I'm late doing this, this to be on King-Ohger. I had something to do yesterday, so basically, sorry for the wait. I had something to do yesterday, so basically, that's the reason why I'm doing this review on the latest episode of King-Ohger very late. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of King-Ohger. So basically, we see Deathblood and the whole Bugwa Empire, we see Deathblood along with his foot soldier and his minister, Common, comparing to put the next plan into motion to capture the three guards lord. So basically, they're discussing the next plan to capture the three guard lords that was used to do the legendary King-Ohger Megazord combination to take down the five giant monsters from those five giant monster forms from each different nation. So anyway, that was used by the King-Ohger. So anyway, this guy in Iron Man showed up. Started to fight above the foot soldier. He had this iron spider mask over his face, and his head was covered with a hoodie. So basically, he turns out that that Zephyr is working with this person, and basically he told him about the sugar and treasure or whatnot. So basically, but Zephyr has some other plans he has a big plan to use the guard droids for a different plan for his next plan. So basically, the guy in the Iron Spider-Man said that I will help you out. I will help you out. I came to help you out to make sure that your plan will be successful. So basically, while that was going on, so after seeing the legendary King-Ohger Megazord combination in action, Arachnes believes that Garrett is alive. So basically, there's no way in hell that the legendary King-Ohger Megazord combination could have been activated without Garrett's power. So basically, the only person that he can trust, he summoned Kaguraga, who is the greatest liar at all, the greatest scheming liar I ever seen from a Sentai Ranger, with so basically, Arachnes was pointing his sword at Kakaraga, and basically don't bullshit me, Kakaraga. Is Given still alive or not? Is he alive, yes or no? So basically, Kakaraga, I love how Kakaraga lies with a smile. He was like, no, Given is dead. Me and the other Rangers was able to combine use the legendary Megazord combination by ourselves without the help of Garen. So basically, Conrad was assured that Arachnes ensuring that Garen is dead. We was able to activate the legendary King-Ohger Megazord by ourselves. Combination by ourselves. So basically, Arachnes is like, alright, so Arachnes is like, I'll believe you for now. So basically, and Kagura said, if I can find Gary's body, what if I can find Gary's body, and you draw him as beautiful, and it's that way, it'll make you more, this will make you more popular with the people that you already are. So basically, Arachnes agreed be with, with Kaguraga, like, if you could find Garen's body, I'll draw him a funeral, like you said, for the people. That way, I, figure that, it's a win-win-win for, it's either way, athletes win anyway. It makes him look, it will put him way over as it will put him way over as making him look like a good king of Sigilum, or even greater king of Sigilum. So anyway, the other Rangers who in the Tofu Nation heard about Kaguraga, about Kaguraga talking to Joe giving a funeral. So basically, the other Rangers figured that we can use this opportunity, to our advantage, and expose, and finally expose Arachne to the truth and to the truth lie he is. So basically, their plan is during the funeral, Garen will pop out of the coffin and pretend to come back to the dead, and convince the cigarette people, and tell them that Garen will pretend to come back to the dead, pop out the coffin, and basically use that to expose Arachne's or his deceit in front of the singular people. A lot of people will believe a dead person that comes back to life. So basically, it's a solid plan. It's a solid but crazy plan. It's a solid, simple, crazy plan. So basically, we there was like, well, you guys, I can't hate you. So basically, we there was about to, basically, like, I can't really, hate anymore about this plan because, on a, I'm supposed to be neutral. I'm supposed to be neutral and plus on a judge. So basically, I had to be, even though I don't trust Arachne, but I might have to be argumentative to tell him about your plan, cause of my, cause of me being a judge and whatnot, blah blah blah, and me being neutral and whatnot. So anyway, it turns out that the Yeti, how Rita has, has those Yeti dolls. It turns out those Yetis are based off a cartoon series. So basically, that all those Yeti dolls that Rita has, the big ones and the small ones, or that Yeti merchandise she has in her room, is based on a cartoon series about a giant Yeti. So basically, that's the reason. So basically, that's the reason why Rita has all these, it likes all these Yeti dolls, has all these Yeti dolls, because because it's based on also popular cartoon series in the world of the King-Ohgers. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the bad guys' hideout, the bad guys we heard about Garen's funeral and then decided to put that plan into motion. So anyway, everybody gathered at Sugar or all the Rangers, gathered at Sugar Room. Garen was inside the casket, ready to pop out. Basically, Rackley's was there, giving the unity for at Garen's fake funeral and whatnot. So basically, everything was going to plan, and Garen would, heard his cue to pop out the coffin, but he couldn't get out of the coffin because the coffin was covered in spider webs, and basically the guy in the Iron Spider-Man showed up, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry to ruin this funeral, but I had some business with Garen I need to address. So basically, the Blackleys looked at the guy in Iron Mask's face. Look at the guy guy who in the Iron Spider-Man's eyes, it seems like maybe that Arachne might know who the guy in the Iron Spider-Man is. But so basically on some Spider-Man shit, the guy in the Iron Spider-Man took the coffin with Garen inside it and doing some Spider-Man shit, swinging through the city, kidnapped Garen, who was trapped in the coffin. So basically, the Iron Spider-Man guy freed Garen from the coffin, like, nice to meet you. We have some business we need to discuss. But we have some business we need to discuss. And basically, Garen is like, like, who the hell are you? I had a plan to I finally had a good plan to take down my brother, and you ruined it. So basically, like, I'm sorry, but, I had some business, I need to deal with you. So basically, this giant monster showed up, and seemed like the Buffalo wants to, seemed like that monster is going to attack the city. So basically, why don't you take care of that and use the Megazord to take care of that giant monster? And basically, once Garen turned his head, and to turn his back from the dude in the Iron Spider-Man, he was gone. So basically, Garen summoned the Megazord and used the legendary Megazord combination to take down the monster while breaking the threat. So basically, once the monster was destroyed, these pods start to grow, or these little pod balls start to grow on the Megazord and forcing the Megazord to disassemble into the individual Zords. And this giant pod, managed to capture the three God Zords. So basically, the Grasshopper Zord, the Scorpion Zord, and the Rhino Beetle Zord got captured in this giant pod that was summoned by Defra. So basically, Defra's plan is to use the power of the three Zords to make the giant pod that the three Zords are trapped in to block out the sun. So basically, the pod is feeding off the power of the Zords, and therefore it will grow until it reaches to reach to the sky and block out the sun, and putting the King-Ohger world into an endless living nightmare and whatnot. So anyway, at that moment the pod stopped growing, and definitely like, wait a minute, why did my pod stop growing? So basically, we see the dude in the Iron Spider-Man. You say, oh, sorry, well, there's a change of plan. So basically, your plans, there's a change in your plans by me. So basically, he had the three gens. That are the souls of the three gods in his hand, and basically, once again, doing some Spider-Man shit, he was shooting away from the city, and they ended up outside the city, and Defra was pissed off that that the dude in the Iron Mask that he's working with screwed him over and moved his plan. So basically, Defra meant to catch up the dude in the Iron Spider-Man, and basically, he was about to really kick his ass, but when the dude in the Iron Spider-Man, was able to use his spider thread to immobilize Defra, and basically he used the three Genzo from the three Godzords and put it inside this gun called the Venomix, and basically use it to summon a key that unlocks his Spider-Man. So the Rangers showed up and saw him put the free use the free so use the gemstones use the soul gemstones that he took from the guards to summon a key and use it to free himself from the Iron Spider-Man. And he said, "My name is Jeramie Brasileri." And basically, and the Spider-Man, once the Spider-Man came off after he unlocked it with the key, it transformed into a sword called Kumo Slayer Sword. I believe that's how you say the name of his sword. But anyway, so after he got got the mask off, he uses his gun to try to take out Deathlaw, but and shot him close blank. Most likely Deathlaw survived that attack, and once Jeramie Brasileri, shot Deathlaw, the huge explosion, a huge explosion followed, and basically he used the explosion to get away from the other Rangers, and basically walk away, and basically this is how the episode ended with Jeramie Brasileri screwing over Deathlaw and freeing himself from that Iron Spider-Man that transformed into a sword by using the free gemstone souls from the free god sword that he took, and basically this is how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, I gotta say, I like this episode. This is some good Spider-Man shit. So basically, it's like watching the Iron Mask, It's like imagining the story of the man in the Iron Mask with Spider-Man in it. So anyway, this was a good episode. Once again, I'm sorry for the late review on this latest episode of King-Ohger. I had something to do yesterday, just to let you guys know. Anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know. Anyway, starting off. 1.